York's just like, alright, I guess.
Sure knows how to steal thunder.
Well then, Zach, let's ask some questions before all these guys leave.
Yeah.
Agent York, your words really made me think about Anna's death again. How could one do such a terrible thing? I'm still in shock.
Thomas, I forgot to ask. You don't have a tattoo on your back, do you?
Tattoo? I do, actually. But why?
Could you show it to me, please?
What? Now? Here?
Yes, please. This is vital for our investigation.
Okay. If it's gonna help you any.
Watch it be a tramp stamp.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Well, I'm wondering who G is now, but aside from that,
Did it tell you anything?
it told me that you didn't kill Anna.
Of course not. What are you saying?
Hey, what the fuck, man?
You ought to see that tattoo, Zach. A big heart with an arrow through it and Love G in the center.
I don't know when you got that done, but we've all been through the 80s.
Thomas could not be older than, like, 40. Like, tops.
When did
Also,
this-
York couldn't have been through the 80s either. He's obviously, like, in his 20s.
maybe 30s.
Maybe 30s?
When does this game take place?
I guess that was technically in the 80s. Could have been the 80s.
Because A, you
What?
see these TVs. B, you saw those old ass computers. The internet's not a fucking thing.
Yes, it is. He talks about checking the internet in the very first cutscene.
Agent Morgan, here's your chance to get to know some of the townsfolk. Don't let it go to waste.
I assume. I think this game takes place around 2000. I really don't think it takes place in 2010.
Quite a performance. Mysterious and very poetic. But I don't think many of your audience appreciated it.
Mr. Francis York Morgan. The purple fog appears with rain, soiling and ruining our town. The evil does not drain.
Find out why the town is soiled. Remove the source from which it boiled. Then and only then your case is solved. But for this to happen, to solve the crime, the proper must do the proper at the proper time. It is not yet mine, that is, Mr. Stewart's time, not mine.
But if you, Mr. York, find the right timing to chat with me, that is, with Mr. Stewart. See, so says Mr. Stewart.
So, Harry, you know something. But there's some reason why you can't tell me yet. Is that what you're trying to say?
Cut the poetic rubbish, Harry, and tell us what you know. We can force you to talk, you know.
Up yours, so says Mr. Stewart.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, pay close attention to the signs, the omens, and the premonitions.
Is that a name
Small
drop?
they
Is
may
that a
be,
title drop?
They
No.
still are
No.
finds, and helpful to your investigations. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning, Harry. But don't worry. Me and Zach, we know what we're doing.
Do you?
I'm not sure he does.
I think he might be nuts.
Agent York, are you finished asking questions yet? When you're done, let me know. We'll all get dinner.
Ooh, dinner.
Yeah.
Good evening, Agent.
Oh. Brian the Insomniac.
Good evening, Mr.
Brian, the gravekeeper. Brian.
Mr. Bryan. I like the retro look. Auditioning for Little Grave on the Prairie?
Anna. Oh, she was so beautiful. Too soon. Too soon to go to the grave. So sad. So sad.
I totally agree. That's why I'm here, looking for the one who did it. Were you close to her?
Anna. Her smile. So warm. Anna. Blonde hair. So bright.
There's a graveyard somewhere in town, Zach. I'm not excited about the idea, but maybe we should at least check it out.
I mean, he seems like an
If
actual suspect,
If
but
you
that,
want to.
but that,
They're all suspects. Every named person in town is a suspect.
that's like 40 people. He has a Q on his hat.
I'm FBI Special
Yep.
Agent Francis York Morgan.
So Anna was killed. But why does that bring the FBI here?
That's a good question.
I have an interest in murder cases involving young women.
Well, you know, man, this might just be another case to you. But it means the death of a friend to me. I don't want you taking this lightly like it's just another case.
I never take anything of this nature lightly, I assure you. I'm here to apprehend the perpetrator who did this.
Yeah, because local enforcement can't shine their own boots, right?
Good point. You can't always count on the police now, can you? But that doesn't mean you're going to capture the perpetrator yourself. Quaint.
How do you know my name?
I memorized the name of every citizen before arriving in town.
That's creepy.
I also know about you and your significant other.
You mean Becky?
Don't underestimate the FBI. We know and see everything.
I'm sorry if I was a little harsh. I want to help, I do. Okay?
Okay, Zach, I'll tell you how I knew his name. He's got a small Q on his hat. That was the only name beginning with Q that I could think of. He was even kind enough to tell us his girlfriend's name. I can read him like a book, Zach.
I hope he heard that. I really fucking hope he
Man,
heard
Zach,
that.
this guy's such a fucking idiot. I could say literally anything to this dumbass and he'd believe me. What a rube.
For a second,
I can hear you. I'm standing fucking 4 feet behind you. Man, Zach.
Wow, how rude, Zach.
All these yokels. I can't believe they eavesdrop on our conversations, Zach.
So...
What a bunch of dicks.
You're York, right? I'm Richard Dunn, the owner of the Darts Bar, Swery 65.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
How'd you like the town?
Oh, it's great. Aside from the murder that happened here.
Yep. Murder just doesn't fit with a small town like ours.
Well, Richard, I'll have to correct you on that. Crimes don't care about size. Big town, small town, just isn't a factor.
I guess you're right.
So,
Great way
how
to
did
make
you know
small
Anna?
talk, I
I've noticed
guess.
since she was a child. She was the same age as my son. You know, she always stood out, being pretty and all, just like her mother, Sally.
What do you know about Sally?
Well, I went all through school with her right here in town. I never thought our children would be the same age.
I don't see her here today.
Ah, well, see, she lost her husband, and this time it's her daughter. She's at home right now, trying to make peace with it all.
You seem to know a lot.
Yes, she is.
How long have you been in love with her?
Hey, don't go there. That scar of yours tells me you got your hands full too, right? Let's not dive into personal matters. It'll be better for you and me.
You're right, Richard. Collecting gossip won't help with the matter at hand.
It's not true. Necessarily. Or maybe it...
Agent York, you make any progress?
Of course, plenty. Tell me, Usha, when is Anna's funeral?
That's still undecided.
Really?
Sally isn't really in any condition to do
I
it
suppose.
right now.
That makes sense.
I don't see her
Oh,
here.
you better pack her full of
Anna was
preservatives.
her sole reason for living after her husband was deceased. Well, she's probably huddled up at home.
Like, there's a reason you usually do funerals
should
like
probably take some
pretty
time
soon
to pay
after
her a
they
visit.
die.
Well, yes, you should. And I'd appreciate
Yeah.
it if you could, too. but don't go too hard on her, okay?
Ah, yes, Sally. We'll see her a little bit later. Sally,
Probably didn't take it well.
Sally's working through it at her own pace.
Are you getting closer to catching the murderer?
Hello again, Fiona. Good to see you here.
Well, Dr. Johnson told me to be here. He said it would be important.
Well, that was good advice. He may be young, but he seems like a wise man.
Oh, and he's a very hard-working person, too. Everyone thinks he's some kind of weirdo, but I don't think so at all. People don't understand why he's in the autopsy room all day, but I do.
He's
Yeah,
doing
like
things
dead
to the bodies.
A better place in the future. You know,
You and I
he already
both
made a
had different
fortune in LA
concepts,
with
but it was
his
the same
career.
principle.
I did not know that.
You didn't? Oh, the doctor is a very rich man. He has a really big house over by the lake.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Amazing, Zach. He must be loaded. Rich and young. A perfect combination.
But you don't get that feeling from him at all, do you? He doesn't show it. That's one of the things I like best about him.
Well, I could have been fooled if it weren't for you. Thanks for the valuable information, Fiona.
I'll just go back to scratching my head, I guess.
Very early era PS2 animation.
I think she likes him. This is a very...
So you're the FBI agent, are you?
The General.
Mmm.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I'm the general. I fought for my country in the Vietnam War.
A real-life war hero.
It's Bill from...
So why are you living
Left
here?
Yeah, it's basically just Bill.
Soldier, this is my hometown. After a man returns from war, there's no place to go other than his hometown. Your little speech, you mentioned the raincoat killer.
Was that a problem?
You imbecile. The raincoat killer's no myth, not mere folklore, not a fairy tale. It's based on actual events that happen in this town.
It is. I'm interested. Can you tell me more about this?
Fucking...
You kids today don't even know how to
yeah.
ask for something right.
Fucking hand gesture.
Soldier, if you want to hear more, you come to my office.
When did the Vietnam War happen?
He literally exudes raw power, Zach. Despite the credibility issues, we should give him a visit.
Could be old enough.
Calls himself a general, but isn't that a sergeant's uniform?
Yeah, the patch is the sergeant's symbol.
He cannot eat. He's 60 at the oldest.
He could be older than that. I'm not a history buff.
Yeah, I know.
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. And you are?
Olivia, Nick's wife.
Hey, when was World War II?
Your husband's diner,
like
right?
like
What kind of girl was
1782
she?
or something.
Well,
Yeah, close
she
enough.
was a very hard worker. A nice girl.
Did you ever see her acting strange?
Yeah, it's like
Well,
in
not
1782,
really.
Hitler
But
sailed the ocean
there was
blue.
one thing. Well, you see, the diner closes when it rains. Many shops do that around here, as you might have
There's
heard.
so much wrong with
Anyway, Anna always
That's
seemed
not the
unfocused.
Christopher
the day after it rained,
Columbus year, you
and came
fucking
late,
whore.
too.
I don't know.
It was
Christopher
almost as if
Columbus
she used up
probably
all her
killed
energy the day
some
before.
people.
Come to
He was
think
like
of
an
it, it was really
asshole, right?
strange. Did that legendary monster really kill her?
It wasn't a monster.
I
Just a criminal.
don't even know what happened in
Criminal I'm going
1782.
to
I don't
catch
know
and bring to
either.
justice.
But it wasn't
Apparently not the
Christopher
Vietnam
Columbus.
War.
Not Christopher Columbus. You know the Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776, right?
All I know is that Hitler is bad. They pegged that one to be pretty good in history. They're like, you know what? Hitler, not a great guy.
Huh.
Had some really
Had some mommy
encouraging ideas to the German people after World War One. Otherwise,
He was apparently a war hero.
not a
I'm
great
U.S.
dude.
Special Agent Francis York Morgan. I presume you are the owner of the diner that Anna worked at?
Jesus.
That's right.
It must be nice having a
I'd
very
like to ask you
simple
a few
view on
questions
history.
about Anna Graham.
No, I just don't care.
Did you notice anything strange about her prior to the incident? Nick, are you hiding something?
No, nothing.
You sure?
Yeah, that's not conspicuous.
I'm sorry, but I don't like repeating myself.
You're talking to a fucking FBI agent for a murder case.
Yeah, he just doesn't like you.
What an asshole.
This dude's cool.
He looks cool. He's got snakeskin pants.
Yeah, he's
Stylish.
fashionable, yeah.
I'm FBI Special Agent.
He's got an
Francis York
earring.
Morgan.
I think he's got 2.
Please, call me York.
Is it 2?
Wesley, owner of the gun store called Panda
Got
Bear.
cool gloves.
People around here call me the
Just the one.
gunsmith.
Yeah, Wesley, he's cool.
Wesley's a great name.
We can get some cool guns from him.
Was there something you want to ask me?
How do you make a living running a gun store in a place like this?
Hunters.
I'd be worried because there can't be that many customers.
Worry gives a small thing a big shadow. I do gunsmith work in my shop, too. If you got the skills, the customers find you. All you need is a network.
I hope so.
Here's what I got.
Ooh.
You've got quite a selection here. No wonder people come from all
You've
around.
got the one gun and a
Customer
flare
paid
and
me to go to
lollipops.
Seattle for some help. I just got back.
Quite the
I see.
selection.
Well, I'll be sure to visit your store sometime. I'd like for you to take a look at my gun.
Understood. Look forward to it. The shop will be open again tomorrow. It's usually open from 2000 to 0600. See you then.
Nobody talks like that. Nobody talks time like that. The game hurts.
They do if they live in Japan.
No, I don't know that for sure.
Back in the hole.
Yes, I'm Lily.
Lily Ingram, Keith's wife.
I'm FBI Special Agent.
Agent York, right?
You are good.
The handsome special agent from the big city. The facial scar trademark. The way you introduce yourself. Everyone's talking about you.
Well, I can't say much about the scar. But the way I introduce myself, Zach and I consider it a kind of ritual of sorts.
Who's Zach?
Everyone has their own rituals. It's like always leaving the house left foot first.
I think you have OCD.
That sounds like a symptom of severe OCD.
Everyone has rituals.
So, have you noticed anything strange or out of place recently?
Well,
I mean, that's
Becky's been
true.
taking a couple of days off from work, but aside from that,
Everybody
I
does
heard
have
she was in
rituals.
shock after the
Most people
murder.
don't
But
make
think there's
obsessive
something
habits
else?
out of them.
That's true.
well, I took the boys along to see her today. She's always so kind to them, and they love seeing her too. But she took in the boys and told me to wait outside. Something about a special secret between just the 3 of them. I just couldn't understand it.
Now that's interesting. Thank you, Lily. Perhaps we should give Becky a visit tomorrow, Zach.
Becky, Quint's girlfriend.
Yes, that's right.
You are having the time of your life.
He loves it. Everything about this just jazzes him up.
I don't know if I like him yet. Nope.
Oh, he's great.
Hey there, FBI. I'm Keith Ingram.
Convenience store owner.
He's very convenient.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York. That's what everyone always calls me.
Okay, York. No problem, man.
So, Keith, I hear you run the Milk Barn convenience store.
There's
That's
no music
right, man.
playing.
Rock and roll!
There sure isn't.
Do you sell
Dear God,
raincoats
he's a
still
grown-ass
by any
man
chance?
doing an air guitar.
Yeah, but nobody ever buys them, though. Anyone who wears one of them, I say, just ain't a rocker. But you know, that scar of yours. Now that scar rocks.
This scar rocks? Now that's a new one.
All right.
I'll drop by your store soon, and let's talk then.
Yeah, cool, man. Rock on, FBI!
Yeah, we're gonna move some crates at his store.
He's excitable.
He's enjoying life to the fullest.
He reminds me of my dog.
It tastes like my cat.
Everything tastes like your cat.
Mr. Morgan, you're quite an
Sup,
impressive public
Polly?
speaker.
Really? Thank you, Polly.
You reminded me a little of a play I saw when I was younger.
What kind of play?
I'm talking about back when this place was still called the Mercury Theater. When I was young, I used to come here often with my husband. God rest his soul. We'd come on the
God, if
weekend
she
to see
starts
the
talking
latest
about the
play.
steamy sex they had,
He'd always pretend to be uninterested.
I'm out.
But I could tell he was excited inside.
Ooh,
He was just
excited
one of those
inside.
kind of guys,
The
really,
sexiest
hanging
kind of
around.
excited.
Really, Polly? So what's your favorite play?
Oh, well, I like so many. There was one in particular, but I can't recall the name anymore.
Hamilton.
Oh, it was a very famous one, too.
By
Wicked.
Shakespeare?
That one where everybody has AIDS. Rent.
No, nothing. One more bell that doesn't ring anymore.
Hey, you can laugh at that, but that is
I always
objectively the
forget
plot to
about the
Rent.
plays we used to see anyway. Oh, and my
I
husband
vividly
used to
remember a
angry
part in the movie where a
everybody
character
we saw.
says the line,
He
and I
would go
quote,
for hours
"Everybody got
detailing
AIDS
what
and
the
shit."
play was about. His eyes were so sparkling, like a happy young boy.
And you can go ahead and play the footage.
So,
Man, everybody got AIDS and shit.
what's your
See?
favorite play?
I wasn't lying.
I almost forgot, Mr. Morgan. We're going to have another guest soon.
The
I have to
funniest
get back
fucking
and
line
get
in
things ready.
cinema
Sorry for having to
history.
Hurry away. I'll see you back at the hotel.
Holy shit, it's fucking Sonic speed.
Zach, I think she could embarrass the toughest of the FBI's interrogators. She successfully avoided answering my question, Zach. Amazing.
She might be the killer. Look at how
Well, spry she is.
spry, that's the word. Jim.
Hey, Jim.
Jim, thanks for your help in the forest. How are Isaac and Isaiah?
They're fine.
They really seem to love their grandpa.
Well, I guess they do, son. I want to keep them away from the filth of the material world as much as I can. Their mother agrees, which is why she lets me take care of them so often.
And that's why I want you to solve this case quickly and go home. Those rumors about that scar of yours do more damage than good.
What does that even mean?
I guess I reek of the material world.
Yeah, they're really hyping up
I have
that
to
little
in order to do my
fucking
job.
baby scar.
But I understand what you mean.
I don't know, man. People like the
I'd
scar.
think the same if I was born in a place like this, Zach.
It was kind of a neat scar.
It is a neat scar, yeah. Oh boy.
Wow.
Hey, good looking. Nice speech.
Hey, I have your trading card.
And you are?
I don't mean to presume. I'm sure this lady
Oh,
is very
I'm
nice and
Gina.
intelligent.
I'm married to Jack. He runs the gas station. Call me the Rose.
You look pretty revealing.
Oh, this old thing. Oh, you should see some of my other clothes.
You?
I like the belt.
Ooh, now you are cool.
It's
That
very
scar
tastefully
really is a
layered on her
turn-on.
hips.
You should come to my station. I'll give you a little extra service.
That
Oh
would be
god,
great.
that side quest.
I can't believe how expensive gasoline is nowadays. Some extra service would be great. Now, about my current case. Do you have any information on Anna?
Good
Have you seen
deflection.
anything suspicious?
Oh, I don't know.
He basically
Talk
just
to my
like
hubby
be
about the
gone
difficult
thought
stuff, okay?
I'm an FBI agent
This is getting
investigating a
somewhere,
murder. I've no time for your shenanigans.
Is this her husband? If she's flirting with me in front of him, that's...
I ain't got nothing to tell the cops.
The Raging Bull.
What about the FBI?
Shut up.
At least give me your name.
I'm Jack. They call me Raging Bull.
That's a manly nickname.
If you want info, it'll cost you. I only talk to Ben Franklin.
You know, first impressions are important. I can detain you for a few days, and maybe you'll become more fun to meet.
Zach, this is a waste of time. Let's go.
Yucking it up.
Fuck. Alright. What the fuck? Did I just miss her?
So I mentioned that there is no log lady, but there is a pot lady.
Oh my pot is getting cold.
It's...
Hey, mister, my pot is getting cold.
It's so obvious.
It's the same.
What are you saying?
It's so obvious.
Sigourney.
They didn't even try.
What are you talking about? Swear he's never seen Twin Peaks.
No time for chatting. I need
Man,
to
what a...
My pot
It's
is
like
getting
that
colder.
story about how they created the telephone in two places at
Oh.
once.
You're useless.
What?
Zach, we've met all sorts today.
You know?
Really?
No.
Well, what was it? I can't remember if it was the telephone. One of those devices was created simultaneously in two separate places, with apparently no reason to believe that they could have known each other's ideas until that point. It was just complete serendipity that they both invented the same device the same day, or within the same span of time.
Huh. I've never heard
Maybe,
of
maybe Swery just accidentally created the entirety of Twin Peaks by complete sheer coincidence many years after Twin Peaks had came out.
2 decades after Twin Peaks.
Anna was an airhead.
What do you mean? Are you saying she was killed because she was an airhead? Or are you saying that she was an airhead for being killed?
I'm sure she's still an airhead, even in heaven. She changed her hair every day. If she lost a pound, she'd be ecstatic. Gain one, and she'd almost be in tears. She broke many, many plates every day at the diner, and she'd always have a smile on her face. Always having fun. Everyone looked at her and knew she was a cute, adorable, loving airhead. But they would be smiling right along with her. I wouldn't be surprised if the angels smiled with her too.
That's creepy.
Okay, I don't really have a good concept of this, but she's not like a terribly attractive lady. is she?
Isaiah said that Anna was a fairy of the forest.
I mean,
Goddess.
I haven't seen her outside of Dead or Static.
Right.
Oh.
Nope, you talked to them all.
Alright.
Morgan, I'd like to let everyone go home now. Let's go outside.
Yeah, let's go get laid.
Back in the hole.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm sure somebody thought that was cool.
I don't... Maybe? Bruh's wigging out over there.
Oh yeah.
That...
Mangina really knows how to strut it, don't she? Did I say mangina?
Yes, you did.
I meant to say, wow, Gina sure knows how to strut it. No,
Sure.
that's fine.
Well then, Agent York, do you have any plans for this evening?
I was going to head back to the hotel and go over my notes. I need to contact HQ and give a progress report, too.
Okay, then let's call it a day here.
Sounds good.
Contact my office when you finish your report. We'll pick you up tomorrow morning. Diane, the owner of the art gallery, should be back soon.
All right, then. Let's do that.
Hold on, Agent York. We're going out to eat at Nick's Diner. Would you like to come with us?
Yes.
The diner. That might be nice.
Thomas is a great cook, but Nick is the real deal. No visit to Greenvale is complete without eating at
The
the
audio
A&W.
mixing
A
there.
very appealing proposition.
Shut up, that's why.
Jack, what do you think? We can always go back to the hotel after eating dinner, or go directly back to the hotel. You decide, Zach.
Let's eat with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's pretty. Fuck. She's cute. I like her. I have no fucking idea about Anna. I have
I
only
don't know.
seen her dead and glitchy.
Yeah, I don't know.
And either of those aren't very appealing.
Yeah, Emily's cool.
I've been sheriff here for a long time now, and this is the worst murder I've ever seen.
Our town is a little odd in some ways, but it's usually a peaceful place.
We had our fair share of cases, but just the regular stuff. A high school kid shoplifting from the milk barn, maybe. Or some hot-headed kids fighting, fueled on liquor. Nothing more than that.
Agent York, what kind of cases have you dealt with in the past?
Not much different from those you've just mentioned. The case I was on until last month, well, the guy killed 7 girls in a 3-month period. He sawed their heads off from the neck and took them back to his house. He cleaned the skulls up and used them as utensils in his daily life, to eat from or as a urine cup. He hated women. That was his way of dealing with it. He'd fill skulls with ice, cola, and rum, and he'd down it in one gulp. For him, that was a holy ritual. The question of his mental state was a pivotal point in the court case.
Oh, man.
So, is it just me, or does talking about this stuff not ruin my appetite?
Drinking from the skulls.
Like, is that actually a thing? Does talking about stuff like this ruin people's appetites?
Those he had used to relieve himself. He would then just use them to drink from, too.
That's pretty gross.
Yeah, that was too much for me. It's just not sanitary.
That was the bad part.
Not sanitary. That's probably not the problem for most of us.
What else? Ah, yes. An ingenious law school student raped over 800 victims.
Jesus Christ!
God.
Thank you, Agent York. Now, let's talk about something else.
You don't want to hear anymore? That's a shame, isn't it, Zach? I was just about to get to the good part, too.
Sounds like you live in a totally different world. I mean, you're like an elite agent who just jumped out from a movie or something. In your eyes, we must look like we're just playing cops and robbers. Ugh, I give up. I can't compete with you.
Don't say that, Emily. The cases you have solved are all full-fledged crimes. A crime is a crime. Size doesn't matter. There is no big and small. Crimes always have a criminal and a victim. No victim will ever welcome a crime, no matter what its size. So, fundamentally, there is no difference in size.
Well said, Agent Morgan. We work day and night to preserve peace and order in this town. You understand that, right?
Of course. But still, I don't view shoplifting and Anna's murder as the same level of crime.
Yeah, I think she's the sane one here.
Neither. I never even dreamt that such a thing could ever even happen in this town.
Right.
I keep on expecting to see Anna here in this diner, waiting on tables.
Excuse us, Agent Morgan. We should have made dinner a more uplifting experience. Let's call it a night.
Okay. Good night, then.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.